Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. It sounds like kind of a Police Gazette style title, but it isn't. This is a much talked about 1986 Chicago film, very low budget, that's only now coming out so that moviegoers like us can actually see it. Everybody's written about this movie, and it's not hard to see why. This is a really, really disturbing film about a couple days in the life of, well, you got it, a serial killer, and the couple people that he hooks up with for a while. In this clip we're about to show you, Henry, the title character, is showing his bald mustachio pal Otis the tricks of the trade.
If you shoot somebody in the head with a .45 every time you kill somebody, it becomes like your fingerprint, see? But if you strangle one and stab another, and one you cut up, one you don't, then the police don't know what to do. They think you're four different people. What they really are. What makes their job so much easier? A pattern. What they call a modus operandi. That's Latin. Bet you didn't know any Latin, did you? What?
Nothing.
It's like a trail of... It's like the blood droppings from a deer you shot. And all they gotta do is follow those droppings, and pretty soon they're gonna find their deer.
Why do we use a gun?
You could use a gun. I'm not saying you can't use a gun, just don't use the same gun twice.
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, as Ian said, is a disturbing film. I put it on to watch just a few minutes of it to see what it was like. Ended up watching the entire movie one shot, something I never do with videos. Disturbing, to say the least. I'm not even sure if I enjoyed the movie. Very compelling. Just, you can't take your eyes off the screen, but again, I'm not sure if I enjoyed it, and I'm not sure how many people would, but I will admit it's well crafted.
Yeah, it's very well made, and Michael Rooker, who plays Henry,
yeah. You
can see him in Days of Thunder or that stuck. Or,
and a movie that's not as good.
Not as good, no. He's great, and everybody else who helps him out. There's only a few characters in this is great, and it's done sort of almost documentary style. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, you just sort of see him go through his life. There's no really dramatic scenes, and I think that really adds to it. It's like you're seeing like a snapshot from a guy's life.
That's the thing. The killings aren't done, for the large part, aren't done with much sort of build-up and.
We don't see a lot of.
Yeah,
them.
The movie opens with basically clips of 4 or 5 of Henry's victims. A lot of them women, most of them nude. And that's one of the things I found unsettling, is the way the camera almost caressed these nude victims. But Ian and I disagreed with this. But yeah, if you watch it again, I think that's exactly what the camera was doing.
I don't know about bringing like a camera, inanimate object, saying that it's doing all these sort of human
well, it's the
things,
filmmaker behind the camera is what's happening.
But well, I didn't find any problem with that, because he's a serial killer, and serial killers very often, nearly all the time, prey on women, very often in a sexual context. So, you know, I mean, this thing is very matter of fact, so it didn't really shock me. There's a scene later on in it that supposedly involves a rape of a family and killing of a family. Mm-hmm. Whoops, I hope I didn't give it away. That is really disturbing. I guess they get at least half a dozen walkouts every time they show
Which
this.
is, to me, I don't understand. If you go see a movie called Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, something upsets you in it?
Yeah.
One of the things that I should mention is that, unlike most of these serial killer movies, the police are nowhere to be seen in this movie. Yeah. It's not about the police. It's not about how they track this guy down. In fact, I won't give it away, but the police are really irrelevant in this movie, and it's really just Henry.
Yeah, Henry is very, very smart. He's not going to be, doesn't look like he's going to be caught. No, it doesn't, and I guess that's the way. I mean, somebody kills, you hear about these serial killers still kill 70, 80 people. You know, they're obviously not stupid people, and they may be psychopaths, but they're not stupid. But this is not a slasher film. Don't rent it if you got like Jason or anything. For God's sakes, don't do that. I don't know really who's the audience for this.
Because it's going to be put in that category. It's going to be put in the horror slasher films.
Yeah, and they're marketing it that way too.
And it's just not for that crowd. So, I can't say if I liked it.
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was one of the best films I've seen this year. There you go.